live on YouTube. What's up, YouTube family? And of course, broadcasting on the Mike Dolce Show podcast. Question of the day: can I gain muscle and lose fat at the same time? How dare you? You want it all, don't you? You want to have your muscle and be shredded too. Is that possible? Depends on the way you look at it. Many people say that's impossible. In order to gain muscle, you must be at a caloric surplus. In order to lose fat, you must be in a caloric deficit. That's the way it works. It's simple math. That's not the way it works. That's so rudimentary. It's so basic. That's not the way it works. And it's a very one-dimensional outlook on a very diverse question. Can I gain muscle and lose fat at the same time? Fuck yeah, I can. If I weigh 100 pounds and I add 10 pounds of muscle and lose 0 pounds of body fat, by percentage, by lean mass ratio, I have gained a high percentage of new lean muscle tissue, and I have lost a high percentage of body fat. Simple. Gaining muscle inherently reduces total body fat percentage, total non-usable body mass. That's what we look to do. We say stuff the shirt. When we're losing weight, when we're trying to get shredded, when we're preparing for weight class dominated sports, we're still striving to build muscle the entire time. We're cultivating the proper environment for muscle growth. We're trying to provide all the vital raw materials, nutrition necessary to build muscle. We're creating a state in which we can rest and sleep and take naps to build muscle. Even while we're losing weight, we train, resistance training, we stimulate that type of adaptation to keep and build muscle, even and especially while we're losing weight. Too many people simply equate pluses and minuses. I'm in a surplus, I'm gaining weight, I'm in a deficit, I'm losing weight. But that's such a one-dimensional view of the conversation. Composition is much more important than total mass. Doesn't matter if I have 100 bills. Does it matter if it's $101 bills or $100 bills? It matters. Composition matters, and that's the approach here. So when you take the approach of weight loss, always look in composition. We're trying to improve healthy, lean muscle tissue, skeletal mass, functional mass. We use the term functional mass. We're trying to always improve functional mass, healthy functional mass, and reduce non-functional mass. That's the equation. And so you look at it like that. Excuse me. And then we can overlay, sorry to cough in your ear. Then we can overlay the sports specific goal, that short-term little peak that we have every so often. But that's like 10% of what's important, less than 10% of what's important. So can I gain muscle and lose fat at the same time? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's possible to gain muscle in extreme weight loss environments. It's not probable, and it shouldn't be expected. But in some people, sometimes, based upon all the right pieces of the puzzle falling together, it is possible to sustain and gain a few ounces, 1-2 pounds of lean muscle tissue over a relatively short multi-week training cycle during a weight loss, dropping a weight class, getting shredded. Now, if you're talking performance-enhancing drugs, that goes out the window. So everything I'm saying right now applies to natural trainees, natural athletes, natural humans. Those who are assisted with performance-enhancing drugs, steroids and growth hormones and things like that, all this goes out the window, because bodybuilders, you look at Mr. Olympia, bodybuilders, I think Ronnie Coleman, they said, competed at 298 pounds at 3% body fat. They talk about a year that he added like 40 pounds of new muscle while already being like 250 pounds of muscle. Obviously, these guys and girls, they're losing tremendous amounts of body fat in total pounds and percentage while increasing lean muscle tissue. We would call it functional body mass. Hits a point of being dysfunctional at a certain size, but we'll call it functional because they're being pharmaceutically enhanced. And that's what those pharmaceuticals do. And that's how the bodybuilders do it. So in that state, then yes, it is possible again to gain muscle and lose body fat. We certainly wouldn't suggest that. Um, so it comes down to your lifestyle. It comes down to the intangibles, the things that you don't often think about. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you sleeping 7.5 to 9 hours? Are you minimizing stress? Are you living your life in a manner that doesn't create all sorts of challenges and red flags and warning lights to go off? And, you're driving around on an empty tank of gas, just waiting to stall out somewhere in between here and there, simply because you're too lazy to plan ahead. And truly, you're not proactive. You don't handle things in the moment. You push everything down the hill, and eventually you have so many small things rolling down the hill that they've all grown into bigger, scarier things. And that's hard to keep up with. So when it comes to health, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to gaining muscle and losing fat and all that fun stuff, it comes down to the small things. It comes down to you handling the little things when they happen, being proactive in the moment, being mindful, being intentional. So it's actually rather easy to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time if that becomes your goal and you cultivate a lifestyle that's conducive to that. But a lot of people want to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, and they're going out 4 hours. They're getting 4 hours of sleep because they're partying. They're at the bar all night. They're chasing tail. Okay, I get that too. I'm not mad at that, per se. But then you can't expect to be gaining muscle and losing fat if you're sleeping 4 hours, you're running around and you're, having a drink or two here or there, skipping a meal here or there. It's just not happening. It's not happening. So you got to get all the other small things in place first, and then you can start talking about thinking about the rest of it. Now, guys and girls, whoever's on the stream, so I'm not seeing your questions. For whatever reason, there's a little bit of a glitch, it seems, with the YouTube streaming software. The comment section is gone. I noticed on yesterday's live stream, I couldn't see it again, just like today. But you guys were leaving comments during the live stream. So unfortunately, I can't answer you. I don't see. I wish I could. But I'm assuming YouTube will get that fixed. Every so often with their software, a glitch pops up. They usually find it, address it, fix it within a short period of time. So I would assume in the next day or so that should be set, and we could do more communication, more talking back and forth, answering more questions. You can jump over to our Instagram live. I'll actually do that now here for those on the YouTube channel. I'll jump over to Instagram and I'll do a quick live Q&A to answer your questions. But I wanted to, because we had one of you guys, one of our viewers, ask that question. Is it possible to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time? Absolutely, it's possible. 100% it's possible. Absolutely, it's possible. It's not easy. I mean, it's not so difficult you can't do it. Of course you can do it. You just got to focus on it. You got to get all your ducks in a row. So go back, listen to this if you need to hear it again. And I'll come back and answer more specific questions again on the Instagram live feed. And I think that's it. So YouTube, talk to you soon. Give me 1 minute to say goodbye to our podcast friends and my good friend.